With Love's, you get the pro-level leak protection you're looking for. Love's, parent like a pro.
Hey, welcome back to Afternoon Live. It's a Japanese-inspired latte with healthy benefits. Here to make her matcha lattes, we welcome back Salima Ben-Khalti. Salima.
Hey, thank you so much for having me back.
Yeah, it's good to have you here because I don't know what matcha is. I just know that it's green.
Yes.
And I know that I like the taste of it.
Exactly. So it is a green tea and it goes perfectly with milk and kind of makes a latte kind of like a cappuccino. So that's what we're going to be making today.
Okay, so it's a tea. It's not a coffee.
No, it is a tea.
Okay.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because sometimes, well, you know, when I think about cream and I think about milk or anything like
Yes.
that, I automatically think of coffee.
Right, and it is caffeinated. So I think a lot
okay.
of people will associate it with coffee for that reason. And I like it as a substitute for coffee because it's not as intense.
Oh.
Like when I drink coffee, I feel really wired, and so this is a good alternative for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about it. What are the benefits?
So there's a lot of benefits to it. I know it is kind of an anti-inflammatory, and it's easy to make also. So I enjoy using it as kind of like a breakfast drink every morning, and sometimes I'll even put protein powder in my matcha to kind of use it as like a meal replacement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, as a warm beverage or in like
Yes.
a smoothie or something?
As a warm beverage.
Oh,
yeah, but
okay.
there are, like, people do make matcha smoothies, so that's an option if you are interested in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about your beverage of choice,
Yes.
which is a warm one. So let's
Yes.
get started.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our matcha. So today we're using Mizuba Matcha. It's a local Portland company that I really enjoy. And we're gonna start, we're both gonna make our own little lattes here today.
Oh, okay.
And
So I get to do my own.
Yes,
All right.
we're actually gonna start with about, we'll do a half teaspoon of the matcha powder. And I'm gonna let you go ahead and put a half teaspoon in both of our cups.
Okay, now so when you mention tea, of course, I think tea leaves, but this is a powder.
This is the powder, so it's those tea leaves that are already ground up, and you buy it like this, and it's really easy to use. Traditionally, if you go to a cafe, they will use a whisk that's made of bamboo, and we are skipping that step today because as a food blogger, I have a ton of appliances in my kitchen, and I don't have any more space for more appliances.
I hear you, I hear you.
So I like to just find like tricks and hacks that we can do where we don't need a fancy gadget.
Okay.
And so instead of using a whisk today, we're gonna use honey. And the honey.
Honey instead of a whisk?
I know, it sounds a little weird.
Okay.
But what happens, we're gonna put about, you can go ahead and squeeze in, I'll tell you when to stop. If
Really?
you wanna just
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
we're
I
gonna do
trust
the
you, yeah.
eyeballing?
Yes, we'll eyeball it. I never actually measure it out, so we'll do maybe about 2 parts honey to 1 part matcha. So that's a good start, and we can always add more if we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this is a great substitute for the whisk because you'll see in a minute we're gonna mix it up and it's gonna create this paste.
Okay.
And what that paste allows us to do is it helps the powder to dissolve when we add our water.
That's good, because there's nothing worse than having those little clumps of powder still.
Yeah.
And you can't break it up. Okay?
Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and just start mixing this together.
Okay.
And you're gonna notice, you kind of have to be patient with it, but it will turn darker in color and it's gonna give us that paste that we're looking for. And if it doesn't, we can always add a little bit more honey.
I think I need a little more honey.
Okay, we can add a little bit more. It does take a couple minutes, not a couple minutes, but maybe like 30 seconds. So you do kind of have to.
Do you want any more? Or you
yeah, I'll
good?
take a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think I hit you up.
Thank you.
Okay, I think this time we might have
Yeah,
a
so we're
winner.
gonna just keep mixing, and you'll notice it's gonna start to really get combined evenly, and you'll get kind of a.
Oh man, I'm far
silky.
from that. Wait
You're
a
gonna
minute.
put a little bit of muscle in it, okay?
What? Do I need more
Keep
honey?
going. No, you just have to be
there
patient.
it is.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
it'll start to happen, and then
It's like magic.
exactly. And you want to keep going until there's none of that loose powder.
Okay.
And that's going to help to prevent any of those clumps that we were talking about.
Wow.
So make sure you
look
get
at
all
that.
of the sides,
okay,
the powder. Yeah, you're
I'm
good.
getting after it. I'm
You're
getting
getting
after it. Okay.
Okay, so now at this point we're ready to add our water.
Okay.
And so I've got some hot water just in my tea kettle here, and I'm going to maybe do like about a half a cup. Again, we're eyeballing it, but you could measure this out if you wanted to.
Okay.
And then we're going to mix that in.
Stir it again.
Stir it up and make sure that all of that paste is dissolved.
Oh, okay.
And when that happens, then we've got our tea. It's okay.
Made a
It'll
mess.
get cleaned up.
Okay.
Once that happens, you can kind of check the bottom of your spoon, and if there's still some of that paste,
Yeah.
that means keep mixing, basically.
Still a little bit in there.
Yes, and you want to just keep going until it's all dissolved.
But I can smell it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
this
it's got
is the
that-
smell I like.
It's got that really nice green tea smell.
Yes.
Really rich, and then it has sweetness from the honey.
Man,
Yeah, so
come
if you,
on.
if you don't like using honey, you could use agave nectar, you could use maple syrup. They both work really well.
Okay, but as long as it has that syrupy type of
Yeah,
consistency,
exactly.
that's what you need.
You need
Okay.
something liquid and sweet.
Okay, I think I'm there.
I
All right,
think
I'm
so.
there. I'm
okay,
there.
okay,
Yay.
so now we're ready for our milk. If you don't mind passing me that. This is just a really simple frother. You do not need to use a frother though. You can just pour your milk into a mug and heat it up in the microwave. If you don't have a frother, it's no problem. But this
Okay.
gives us that foam
Got
that's
you.
really nice in a
Ah,
latte.
yes, yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and just add this.
Now, do you care if it's non-fat, whole milk?
So
what?
I am using actually half and half right now.
Oh, okay.
But you could use literally any kind of milk. So if you have, you know, if you're vegan or if you're lactose intolerant, you could use hemp milk, you could use oat milk.
Oh, okay, good.
Any kind of creamer really will work here. And then that is about it. So
Okay.
we've got our tea, we can mix it together.
Okay,
and
but
then
how do
give it
you
a
get
taste.
the cutie little
So,
decorations and stuff
so
that
that's
they
the
do?
foam on top, and that's what the frother is for, but I just had heated up milk here.
Oh,
so
okay, that's okay.
We're not gonna do the
We can
art
practice
today,
that
but-
another day.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank
Shall
you
we
so
toast?
much.
No, thank you. This is one of my faves. Okay. Oh,
What
that's
do you
good.
think?
Oh, that's good. I mean, come on, it had half and half. Half of it's half and half.
I know.
And then the
Can't
matcha's
really go
already
wrong.
there. This is good, and it's good for you.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, this was so easy. You guys, we're going to have more information about Salima and a link to her blog for you guys on our website at KATU.com. Now, coming up next, we're going to learn all about a common disease 2/3 of Americans have heard of but don't know anything about. So stay with us. Yeah, this is good.
Yay, I'm so